Damn the heavens for the fools I lead. I am destined to suffer for their incompetence, and I have one man to blame for it. Shin. The old scorpion had one of his followers shatter a spirit shard during training. There are ghosts everywhere. I've lost 8 slaves and 3 acolytes to them. You, New Blood, get over there and occupy those ghosts until I can get real Lotus assassins to clean them up. Golem production cannot be delayed by this.
A man accustomed to sending others to their deaths.
Go on. It's your first sacrifice for your new life. I'm sure it will be glorious. I gave you an order, Acolyte. Go spill your new blood on those ghosts while I get some real assassins in here.
I have no time for you, Acolyte. I focus every thought on the Emperor's glorious golem army.
Greetings, young Lotus Acolyte. I am the Keeper of the Archive. What can this humble servant of the Order do for you? Our Order has existed for 20 years. I have chronicled our new role and rise to glory. Much is mundane, minor shifts in power, the results of various campaigns. True secrets are held only in the minds of Grand Inquisitor Gia and Death's Hand. I will answer within the limits of what someone of your ranking is permitted to know. Recent or old entries, you must give specifics. All you are allowed to know of your masters is that Death's Hand is the will of the Emperor, and Grand Inquisitor Gia rules this place for him. Obey their wishes when they are made apparent to you, or you will be destroyed. That is all an acolyte needs to understand. You may, however, ask about your Master Gong. He is not important enough to warrant secrecy. A thoroughly average assassin relegated to indoctrinating acolytes due to his failure to demonstrate leadership qualities. He is not well liked. His mediocrity is magnified by the successes of Master Shin, an assassin who arrived at the same time and has catapulted through the ranks. Coincidentally, Master Shin is the one who personally documented many of Gong's failures. There is, of course, nothing strange about this. I will answer within the limits of what someone of your... You are permitted to know that Death's Hand returned from Dirge as the Emperor's trusted confidant after all others around him proved to be traitors. After defeating the drought, the Emperor was no longer a slave to the natural order of things. He needed utterly loyal disciples to replace and kill doubters. The Order of the Lotus was quickly transformed from its weak role under Prince Qin. Death's Hand was the new way, and those who disagreed were destroyed. All who did were killed, except one who first hid his doubt. On a mission to cleanse a traitor's family, he rejected Death's Hand and turned on his fellows. The bodies were unrecognizable. More have died to him over the years, but few remain who know his face. He was our most skilled, most vicious, and most hated. He escaped death, but there is no greater penalty for a Lotus assassin than to be removed from the sight of Death's Hand and our Emperor. No doubt many of his years have been worse than death. Once you are truly indoctrinated, you will know the hunger to serve that such loyalty brings. His name is not spoken to the acolytes. You must understand that to oppose Death's Hand is to lose all connection to your masters. Even if you live, you do not exist. There are few fates worse. Master Gong has been lax in indoctrinating you. No doubt he wants to make use of your fiery disposition before stripping you of it. You will come to understand. Soon you will have nothing else but your life here. Your role as a Lotus assassin leaves no room for anything other than loyalty to Death's Hand and the Emperor. Slaves continue to be brought to the fortress from the wall and unimportant villages that have no voice to object. Our golem force continues to grow. Operations in Tien's Landing have temporarily halted, but we received glorious news that a hated enemy of the Emperor has been delivered to the palace. The accomplices who hid him were butchered, their pitiful village razed. We look forward to a day when all who oppose our masters are dealt with. It is unimportant. All that matters is that he was caught. We don't need to know any more than that. It is a glorious validation of all that we do to serve our masters. I will answer within the limits of what someone of your ranking is permitted to know. Recent or old entries, you must give specifics. Goodbye, Acolyte.
I have no time for you, Acolyte. I focus every thought on the Emperor.
I am devoted to Death's Hand alone.
Uksair kun ni kakno aku kwawir fuisir aku fayita.
I'm not accustomed to following orders, but I will try.
Woufna aknahir yakowa krui ni rui kuperfita.
Another of Gong's weakling acolytes headed to the slaughter. How many of the ghosts killed so far?
11, 12, does it matter? Worthless as one, worthless as a group.
Go on, then. Let's see how you fare. We'll need to sluice the blood out of there by the time they manage to destroy those ghosts. Go on. Join your other... Go on. Go on. Join your other useless acolytes in death.
If Master Gong hadn't shown you such favoritism, you wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
There is nothing in this life except my service to Death's Hand.
Ice Shard! Leaping Tiger! You will fall here!
Those who do not serve are...
I don't have time to talk to new recruits. Don't waste my time.
So Gong has an acolyte who can fight.
Ghosts are mindless. I see no real skill in defeating them.
Yes, certainly. Against a real opponent, there would be no doubt of the outcome.
Slink back to Master Gong. We answer to Master Shin, and if you are lucky, this is the last time you will see us. Leave us.
Woufna aknat.
You live? And the ghosts are gone? Well, I did not expect this. It would seem that I have a competent acolyte for once. Interesting. Recruits are rarely of use before we strip them of their outside identities, but you beg a more interesting application. Could you be the one I have waited for? Your duties would normally include a period of deprivation in a cell until every hint of self and identity was stripped away. It is a draining, brutal awakening. I need a favored protege, someone willing to risk everything in my service. I will preserve your intellect, allow your inventive mind to remain, in exchange for 2 tasks. One is your duty anyway. The other is something to secure your future at the heart of the assassins. Lotus acolytes are utterly expendable. You deserve better. You must operate the soul extractor, past the room where you fought the ghosts. In the coming weeks, you will help swell the ranks of the Empire's glorious golem army. Golems are fueled by the souls of the dead. The recently dead, it turns out, make far more obedient and powerful golems, especially if brutally killed. We no longer mind the necropolis for souls that linger near their resting place. We butcher slaves instead, and extract their souls into spirit shards. Tonight we require a shard of exceptional quality for a Jade Golem that will control the latest battalion of golems. You will oversee this in the extraction chamber. You clearly deserve better than the short life of a regular acolyte. Your ability surprised me. Use it to surprise the others as well. Help me gain the power to help you. Kill Master Shin, my superior. You are beneath notice, but you have surprising skill. No one will suspect you are planning such a thing, and no one will miss you if I have to kill you for refusing. No. Losing an exceptionally talented servant like you is of no benefit to me, even if acolytes are expendable. They die often in the machinations between masters.
We are tools to be cast aside, but if it gets us closer to our goal, we need to do as he says.
The politics of the Lotus Assassin Order are complicated. It's all right if murder is suspected, so long as it appears deserved because of incompetence. That is your task to figure out, Acolyte. This is a dangerous place. Find a way for him to have an accident that disgraces him. I, of course, must not be implicated. Talk to my acolytes at their stations, in the Golem Press Room and the Soul Extractor. These are dangerous machines. Find a sharp corner Shin can crack his temple on. Return to me when you have an idea for an appropriate accident. I don't care what it is, as long as there is a corpse for me to gloat over in the end. Proceed, but do not waste my time. I will hear you. Shards infuse the golems with life. Souls are extracted from the vessel that holds them, whether a corpse or a slave, and sealed within a crystal shard. The more recent and brutal the death, the more effective the golem. Our soul extraction process is deliberately painful. Essence gems are trinkets that can focus minimal amounts of chi. There are very few people who can make use of them effectively. Golems are utterly obedient, but that does not mean that they are always easy to control. In great numbers, there can be discord. Jade golems are infused with spirit shards made of multiple souls. They are highly ordered servants, and they serve as pacifiers for the other golems. 1 or 2 golems can be controlled by will alone, but an army requires these Jade intermediaries to maintain order. Such numbers are dangerous without a lieutenant. I do not know. Hundreds? More? Many are here, waiting for a Jade golem to command them. In the end, we will replace the weaklings of the Imperial Army entirely. Imagine it, Acolyte. An army of loyal, nearly indestructible golems, dedicated to enforcing the will of the Emperor under Death's hand. A beautiful sight. Proceed, but do not waste my time. You already know enough about him. He is insufferable, concerned only about his own advancement. He sabotages my efforts at every turn. When he is gone, I will ascend in rank, and I will reward acolytes that are loyal to me. Perhaps I will even introduce you to Grand Inquisitor Gia in the heart of the fortress. Stop right there, Acolyte. I am well aware of what that Lotus Expositioner records. Rumors and lies routinely turned over to Grand Inquisitor Gia. If you wish to remain more than a footnote in her pages, you will not speak to me again about her. The old fool will see my potential, and you will help me. Proceed. You already know. Remember your tasks, Acolyte. Create a spirit shard in the extraction chamber for the Jade Golem, and find a creative way to kill and disgrace Master Shin. You can also seek training from Acolyte Trainer Guang. I'm sure you are her superior, but she might have something of use to you.
Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowin na wafta tasiyeruk. On we pifi.
If permitted to serve, I would give my life as a Lotus assassin.
I have no time for...
Hello, one.
An acolyte of Gong's, So am I. Let's identify what training you need by sparring for a short time. Let's keep it non-lethal for now. You'll find you have enough enemies in this place. We acolytes are utterly expendable. Good. Remember, no killing blows. I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to practice those later.
Ice Shark! Leaping Tiger! Focus. Ice Shark! Leaping Tiger! Hidden Fist! Stab! Hidden Fist! Leaping Tiger! My stop! Stone Immortal! Leaping Tiger!
Well, you would appear to have more than a passing knowledge of combat. I could almost see some kind of flaw, but I was clearly outclassed.
Yes, you were. I knew this acolyte was something special, but I didn't think my trainer would be made to look like a fool. You, New Blood, you will be the trainer now. When I am promoted, you will train all my acolytes. You, assist him if you can even do that.
It would seem that you have taken over my duties. I will still serve as an advisor, as Master Gong ordered. There are techniques I can share. In truth, I did not like being a trainer. Life for any of Master Gong's acolytes is rough and short, but especially so for trainers. Master Shin sees to that. My duties, your duties now, include training Master Shin's personal entourage. In the past, if a trainer was too good, Shin had that trainer killed to keep Gong weak. I think one member of his entourage is a full Lotus assassin. I have survived by appearing unimportant and staying out of the fight between Gong and Shin. You are supposed to train the attendants in his entourage. Some need it, but if you seem too skilled, your next fight will be against the hidden Lotus assassin. Besides, it wouldn't weaken Shin for long. I suppose he would be alone and more vulnerable if he had to fight right away, but he will replace them in time. Accidents happen, and even the attendants in his entourage are just acolytes, and therefore are utterly expendable. There would not be much fuss. However, you would probably find yourself training the hidden Lotus assassin in the next bout. Any skilled acolytes under Gong are quickly disposed of. Are you mad? Well, it doesn't matter. You must train one at a time. If you seem to be too strong a target, I'm sure they will accommodate your death wish. You're in a hurry to make enemies, aren't you? Very well. Master Shin has a new attendant in his entourage who's supposed to be trained. Attendant Kiton. She is replacing one of the acolytes who did not return from Tian's Landing. There was no explanation. I assume he was weak and was discarded. You can find her and all of the other attendants by the doors to the inner chambers. They wait there for when Shin leaves to inspect new slave shipments. Accidents happen. How... I have learned a number of techniques. I showed my ability in the arena, and when I asked, their recruiter agreed. I have only one skill, and this was the best place to exploit it. Combat. Killing. The army was too strict. The arena too tame. Here, when they want an enemy destroyed, that enemy is destroyed. Sometimes family and all. We are all here for one reason, and that includes you. We are killers, plain and simple. There are no Lotus assassins with hearts of gold. Goodbye. I'll say this. If you are going to try and fight them, hold nothing back. They will be trying to kill you. You're in a hurry to make... You can... Goodbye. If you wish to begin your likely short career as trainer, Attendant Kiton waits with her fellows at the doors to the inner chambers. I'll say this.
So, you are the new trainer. You think you have something to show us? Master Shin has us test each of Gong's trainers to make sure they're skilled.
But not too skilled. Am I your next student? I assure you, I am more than capable of defending myself. I was made an attendant because of my skills. Oh, don't worry about me. Worry about yourself. Let's move this fight to the Hall of Induction so I have room to enjoy this.
Ice Shard! Focus. This is your downfall. Leaping Tiger.
You killed Khitan. The life of an acolyte is forfeit when they walk into this place, yes. But for one of Gong's ragged minions to do this is unforgivable.
Do you think you can make such an insult and disguise it as a simple training mishap? You are a fool.
If you are ready, trainer, your next student is waiting. It is my task to make examples of Gong's acolytes who show too much promise. My skills are above question. Gong is about to lose another of his pitiful acolytes. Come, let's move to the hall, and I will end this.
Hidden Fist! Hidden Fist! Hidden Fist! Leaping Tiger! Hidden Fist! Leaping Tiger! A flawless strike!
You killed Kai Feng? But he was fully trained.
Such insolence will not go unpunished. We'll make an example of you soon enough. Your corpse will be dragged before your master.
But Kai Feng was a full assassin. How could he have fallen?
Shut up! This fool will pay. You'll see. You'll regret this.
I am honored that you have chosen me.
Lotus Acolyte of Gong, we must make an example of you. You have insulted the attendants of Master Shin's entourage.
The Masters do not care whether acolytes live or die, so it is up to us to avenge the deaths of our fellows.
We will not appear weak. We are the attendants of Master Shin. You will die as penance for your insult. Your death will be an example to all of Gong's fools.
Leaping type hidden fist. You cannot compare. Hidden fist. Hidden fist. Hidden fist. A flying strike. Hidden fist. Hidden fist. Hidden fist. Ice shot. Hidden fist. I am perfection. Hidden fist.
That was an impressive display, Acolyte. I've never seen Shin's attendants so handily dismissed. Master Shin's enemies are probably very impressed with your actions. I can only speculate, of course.
Smarmy idiot. He wants our help as long as there's no risk to himself.
I marvel at your ability. You show no fear of the enemies you make. You will do well here. You have no more acolytes to train for now. Is there anything else you need? As I believe I said, I have survived by not angering anyone and not appearing too skilled. I would have enjoyed killing them, but if you lost, I would have died too. That is the way of things here. Take care of yourself first. Risks bear penalties as well as rewards. Goodbye.
Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasiyeruk. On we pifir.
Time to bloody my axes.
If permitted to serve, I would give my life as a Lotus assassin.
You are beneath me.
Yes, Acolyte? Why have you chosen to disturb me instead of working on the tasks I have set before you? Have you not been paying attention? I cannot act directly against Master Shin. If I do, we are all dead. It is that simple. Acolytes falling to other acolytes is to be expected. It is how the weak are filtered out. My actions would make it a war. Remember your tasks, Acolyte. Create a spirit shard in the extraction chamber for the Jade Golem, and find a creative way to kill and disgrace Master Shin. I am sure I can...
Scum like you crawls out of the gutter.
You approach the soul extractor. The assassins want you to create a spirit shard, to crush a life to power a golem puppet. They are very efficient in their brutality now. It wasn't always like this. Fear used to be the primary tactic. Destroy the family of one to ensure the loyalty of all. It caused chaos, uprisings, close allies turning on each other. Those inclined to betrayal fear it the most. Imagine if you could corrupt the machine and return the chaos of disloyalty the Emperor dreads. No matter your motives, helping the assassins harms you. If you corrupt the spirit shard, you can move forward while also crippling their golems. They seek control. There used to be a chance to disobey when the order given was too harsh. The victims pointlessly innocent. Now there is only obedience. There is something chaotic enough to disrupt that. In the elevator room to come, descend to the deepest mine, to the oldest graves. Just go. The thieves await you. Remember, the deepest mines. They are closed now for being too troublesome. That is where you will find what you need.
You must be Master Gong's latest acolyte. I heard there might be a new recruit, but they typically aren't ready for service so quickly. Stripping a will can take time. But Master Gong is known for being generous to those who please him. You must be quite exceptional to be allowed into service so directly. I am a Lotus acolyte like you. My name is unimportant. I have not yet earned the right to have a title. I must prove my worth through service here. This device is the Soul Extractor. It has a loftier name, but we are here to glorify Emperor Sun through Death's hand, not pay tribute to some distant celestial lord. It is mounted on an elevator that reaches deep into the necropolis. Until recently, we excavated bodies to extract spirits that lingered near their graves. The results were unpredictable. Now we use slaves. Freshly killed spirits make the best golems. The more painful the death, the better. The extractor is not gentle.
I suppose it puts them to use, but it's not really the way to treat a fallen enemy.
The soul extractor certainly kills whatever is placed within it, but little is left of the victim, so you cannot prove they did not belong there. Only a spirit shard remains. The golem press is far more dangerous, but I have nothing to do with that ungainly device. I prefer the elegance of ripping slaves apart. Then you should select a suitable victim for the procedure. I would recommend one of the slaves on the prison level. Selecting from elsewhere could bring unfortunate results, and I would not wish to see you disgraced so early in your time with us. Use the lever to select a floor, and this platform will move there. You are free to go where you wish, but I would avoid the lower mines. They are restless. The older tombs have spirits that have festered in their hatred for ages. They are not easily controlled. That is why we use slaves to power the golems now. As well, the mines are simply not stable. Tombs can collapse, so we take care not to move too many golems at once, to avoid shaking the foundations of the fortress. If you must. It is a simple machine to operate. I'm sure you will come to enjoy the subtle joys of it. Spirits that die in trauma can linger near their mortal form. The Empire is soaked in blood. Many restless dead haunt the necropolis. But slaves produce a better result. Only on the prison level. Many of the mines are impassable. The graves were never intended to be stable during excavation. Several have collapsed. Much of the surrounding ground is weak. We do not march too many golems at once. Even that might shake something loose. Slaves are placed in the extractor, and the extraction fluid produces exquisite agony. Focused by this pain, the soul is forced to crystallize into a spirit shard. That shard is implanted in a golem, infusing it with the energy of the deceased soul. Your task is the creation of a new shard for a jade golem. Do not delay. Spirits that die in trauma can linger near their Your place in the ranks of the assassins is clear. What do you want to know? Death's hand owns my soul, as he does yours and everyone else who has given themselves to him. In obedience and submission, we find our purpose. He is the living will of the Emperor. Through him, we are closer to the heart of the Empire. Grand Inquisitor Gia is the embodiment of the will of Death's hand, even as he is the will of the Emperor. She governs us all while he is elsewhere. To defy her is to defy the Empire. Death is her first and last means of education on the matter. It is our home, but not for much longer. With the golem forces of the Emperor almost complete, there is little to tie us here. When the army marches, so shall we. I do not imagine we will leave much behind us. The ground here is weak. Such a movement of power will likely shake the walls to their foundation. What? You should get on with your work. Grand Inquisitor Gia is growing impatient for the Jade Golem to be completed. Select a suitable victim and create a spirit shard. You're dead set on losing your life down in the lowest tombs. I won't stop you. I won't save you either.
The deep tombs hold malevolent spirits from a time when the Empire nearly fell. Chaotic and powerful, they hunger for revenge. I'm sorry, but I must be sure of what you are.
Staff! I must try it. Ice shard! Hidden fist!
The assassins use slaves for their golems now, in part because of tombs like this. That was a remnant of the old empire, the spirit of an ancient invading horse lord. Zheng Sai, the tree that defies the fire, was one of many that threatened to level the imperial city. The spirit monks, your people, stopped them, or so they claimed. I gambled that the vengeful spirits of these marauders would sense if you truly are a spirit monk. So many people are not what they seem to be. I had to be certain. I had no guarantee, but I had to be sure before I go. Now that you have disrupted Zheng Sai's spirit, you can take his body from his grave and use it in the extractor. Even in life, his kind were devoid of restraint. His spirit is pure chaos. A shard made using his ancient corpse will cripple the Jade Golem and those it commands. When you finish your master's other task, present the shard to earn passage to the inner chambers. Inside is the information you need to proceed to the palace. I, however, will not be leaving. I will make that plain soon enough. Appease your master. When you are ready to enter the inner chambers, I will tell you why your success is so important. This fortress holds many secrets. Some are valuable, some are dangerous, and some are hidden because the dark is where they belong.
What have you done? The machine is going crazy. You've corrupted it. I can't let this continue. This area is my responsibility. I don't care who you are.
Hidden fist!
Who are you, some new acolyte? I've seen a lot of your kind. I watch over the slaves you deliver to the extractor. The inevitability of their deaths is amusing. Haven't even earned your markings yet, I see. Master Gong must be getting weak to allow you such freedom already. Like what? They come from across the Empire. Some are brought from the south, some from the poor quarters of the city. Others are those who have merely spoken ill of us.
This is how you hold cattle, not a worthy adversary.
Their lives before don't matter. Only their deaths concern us. Do it.
This'll be fun, you and I together.
What do you want? Like, they come from...
Random selection. These people have done nothing to deserve this.
Their lives before don't... Death's Hand is our lord and master. He holds our souls in bondage and grants us power through it. We obey him unquestioningly. He is the will of the Emperor. Inquisitor Gia is second only to Death's Hand himself. She is in charge of our work here, and she oversees our operations in the Imperial City. You will meet her in time, and when you do, pray you do not anger her. You tread dangerous ground, Acolyte. Unless you plan to speed their processing in the extractor, you risk being punished for your impudence.
They are not animals for you to imprison.
You demand it? You are clearly not here as an acolyte. If you want to die for these scrawny dogs, so be it.
Hidden fist. Hidden fist. This is your down. Hidden fist. Hidden fist. A flawless strike.
You have given us a chance. Please let us out. We are free, if only for a little while. There are sure to be other guards. Thank you for what you have done, but I'm not sure where to go now.
The mine! The smaller one, remember? Before they stopped digging out the graves, there was light from the surface coming in. I heard someone got away once. I don't know if they made it out of the necropolis, but it is a chance.
Thank you. I did not expect to find a kind soul in this place.
O kakawair uksair kopi ira taka ano kawi kipo. Utarawi ir kupkitir sanir naur kurk wupan. Satha afson ni wakwikir fonir no ni wo yak kupti yid. Wo sawir nok swok son seir sonok fonias usatha.
Hidden fist. A flawless strike. Ice shard. Leaping tiger. Hidden fist. Leaping tiger. Hidden fist. My style. Leaping tiger.
So you were done with the extractor. That spirit shard will allow the Jade Golem to control a battalion of clay golems. Eliminate Shin and I will present you to Gia. The inner chambers are not usually accessible to acolytes, but you have proven a valuable ally. You will go far in the Lotus Assassins. No, that's not it. If he disappears, there is no message sent to my enemies. He must be made to look foolish. Find something else. Perhaps in the press room. Yes, I am aware. When you have finished your other task for me, I will let you present it in the inner sanctum of the fortress. That will be a great honor for a Lotus Acolyte. You may even meet Grand Inquisitor Gia. Finish the task I have... Tukiyir wosa ir dusi wo nika wonoyu. Wo nawair sun punao poku narawair uk.
My own demons distract me in this place, but I hold no love for your new master or the master above him. If you kill one, why not two? Distractions are the key to weakness in a target. If you look to the future, Master Gong will have his plans come crashing down on him.
Good. I did not join you to sit idly by.
So, you are the new Lotus Acolyte under Master Gong. No one else has reason to be here. He was quick to favor you. New recruits are typically held in isolation. I will instruct you on the use of the golem press and crane. Forming the golems is an honored task that elevates us above slaves and mere servants. Press is simple to use. Using this machine, we can create a legion of warrior golems in a day.
Death's Hand has great power. We need proof of this from the inner chambers.
This is only one step. Here we create husks devoid of energy. Each golem needs a spirit shard to move, and a jade golem must guide them all. For each shard, a spirit must be reduced to its essence. For a time we used those that lingered near their graves, mining them as if they were silver. No longer. The recently dead make a stronger, more obedient golem, if the death is painful. With a jade golem guiding them, legions act as one, utterly obedient. The extraction chamber is a far more interesting place to work. The screams over there are music. Here we have only the creaking of clay. You nearly saw one as you entered, but they are rare. Falling victim to an obvious danger like a dropped golem or worse, the press, would take a monumental fool. The machines are loud and you can see the operator from anywhere in the room. A past victim of the press suffered more damage after the incident than during it. Reputations are very important in the Lotus Assassin Order. Falling victim to the press would cause a loss in status almost fatal in and of itself. The press is simple to operate. You select the type of body at the first station. Once the material is poured, it is funneled to the press. The press serves as a mold and a kiln. In short order, it can be opened and the new body is ready to be moved. The crane controls are at the end of the ramp. You can experiment with each station if you want, but you may as well reduce what you produce to rubble. There are no shards to power any more golems for now. The press is simple. The press... You do not need to know much. We can make husks right now, but there will be no more spirit shards until the Jade Golem is completed. The average citizen of the Empire is worthless. They're nothing more than cattle. In this, they can at least serve some useful purpose. Clay golems are weaker, but can be made swiftly. Bronze golems are stronger and heavier, but they take longer to construct. Jade golems are the strongest of that size, but they are a topic all their own. Perhaps, but they are constructed elsewhere and are only deployed in siege situations. True monsters to behold. Very few are made. They're expensive and difficult to construct, but they are also essential. A single Jade Golem can direct and pacify a legion of others. One or two golems can be controlled by will alone, but larger numbers are unwieldy. They grow confused, their wills creeping back and bringing madness. Jade Golems keep order. Command a Jade Golem and you command them all. The current legion has not yet been assigned a Jade Golem. Master Gong will probably order you to help with that, if he has not done so already. What do you wish to know, Acolyte? There is much to learn if you want to ascend in the Order. Grand Inquisitor Gia directs us all in the absence of Death's Hand. She is one of the few that survived the transition of the Lotus Order into the Lotus Assassins. She is merciless, violent, and sadistic. You would do well to emulate her. Beyond the veil of death if you impose your presence uninvited. Master Gong may present you if you please him, but even he has few opportunities to appeal to her. Death's hand is master of us all. It is by his whim that we live and die, for his is the will of the Emperor. Obey him, or fall before his might. No, and there is no reason for him to. I would throw myself in the press even if his robes were discolored by the dust of the machine. I have no doubt that Grand Inquisitor Jia would extend my demise if I did not. I will return to my tasks. What do you...
Uxier what?
I marvel at your ability. You have no more acolytes to train for now.
Well,
I am... Yes, Acolyte. An interesting idea. It has happened before, and the victim was certainly considered a fool for letting it occur. But it's impossible. You may as well try and drop one of the golems on him. He would never be so distracted as to enter the press. We are Lotus assassins, after all. A possibility. But Shin does not leave the inner chambers often, only to inspect the new slave shipments arriving in the Hall of Induction. You would have to close a great many eyes to get away with an assassination in the hall and moving the body to the press, but it would certainly send a message. The hall cleared of all witnesses, the press operator distracted, and the slave shipment stopped outside in the necropolis before it arrives. A daunting list of tasks. Do it quietly, but use force where you must. Succeed, and I will introduce you to Grand Inquisitor Jia in the inner chambers. A rare honor for an acolyte.
I'm...
What do you... Is that so? Why should I step aside for a new blood acolyte? I have my own position to think about, and I will not be so easily replaced. If you bring an order from Master Gang, I will relent, as he is my master too. Until then, I am not moving. I see. The ways of the Order are mysterious and brutal. If an opening is created away from witnesses, all of us under him will benefit. I understand. I will tend to the golems that are being readied for the Jade Golem's command. I do not think I will be able to return to this room today. But a thought occurs to me. If one opening raises us all, 2 openings will raise us further. If something were to befall the good master, just something you might want to ponder.
What do you want now, Acolyte? Unless the press is damaged, you have no reason to speak with us. You are right to marvel at its stability. It is a machine in balance. Only errors of its operators have damaged it before.
Several foolish acolytes were killed for damaging it. It's not so hard to use properly. All you do is work the crane and occasionally add phoenix oil to the material selector.
The measure of oil has been wrong too often. Kia Jong gives it out too freely. I will see to it that your kind are only given pre-measured containers of it. Gong needs to better train his acolytes. You were obviously rushed through the initiation process.
Phoenix oil is a viscous liquid that burns at an incredible temperature. It heats the press to cure the golem husks. If there's too much in the machine, it burns too hot. Too little and the golems crumble. The merchant brings the oil from the craftsman of the Golden Delta.
By the will of the Emperor, Death's Hand had it created.
With parts stolen from...
That's nonsense. That is unfortunate, because the needs of an acolyte are of little concern.
Our tasks are done for the day, but Grand Inquisitor Gia could request us at any time. We must be ready to respond if the golem press malfunctions.
Nothing short of her order or an emergency repair will move us. Step away, Acolyte. You are of no concern to us. We are not acolytes of your petty master. You have no authority over us. Unless you are challenging 2 full Lotus Assassins to combat, you should step back. You are right.
I do what I'm... Piershat uk mi uksa ia sun puno kahon wo ushashia uksa hiaka.
Wasrafno sositu no ko ota napia ifaria ok. Aworth utkua wo kokopia kawa ya ewo. Wakawa ya tanke yanano. Okianek ni pesia. Wosiwania sa ia sakaku usawa ia nu pakpoparo. Wosoawi ia ni tuwo uksumpuno. Wasrafno sositu no ko ota napia ifaria ok.
Ah, are you the student I am waiting for? I can't delay any longer. I cannot miss the window of opportunity for a summoning. As I was saying, golems are playthings, devoid of cunning. The latest stockpile stands idle, waiting for a jade golem to make them useful. The waste. I will show Grand Inquisitor Gia that tapping the spirit realm for servants is more efficient. Witness as I effortlessly summon an able minion from the void. There are hardly any preparations needed, Acolyte. They want to serve. They tell me so. Golems want nothing. Watch and learn. Ukir sitaka wuwir, wosayir yuf praun! No, no! This isn't right! Destroy them!
A flawless strike!
You saw nothing of this. Nothing. I have to continue my research before Gia knows of my failure. Oh, I know it can work.
I have been healed.
What do you want now, Acolyte? Unless the press is damaged, you have no reason. What? Which one of you idiots threw off the mixture? It doesn't matter.
3 days calibrating it for perfect clay husks, and some new blood fool ruins it in an instant.
The supports for the mold injectors will be charred. We'll have to find a smith to forge new ones. Ugh, what a mess. I don't want any of you stunted acolytes touching them. In fact, I will request that only full-fledged assassins operate the machine from now on.
So much wasted work. If we don't get it fixed, Geo will have us slaughtered.
I know. We need to go to the market district and find a smith. Come on, we're wasting time.
I have... As I believe...
Well...
Hello? I fight. I bear the stains of bloodshed with pride, as all assassins are trained to do. You will not find an...
I would give anything to be able to serve.
Yes, Acolyte. To succeed, everything must be in place. The hall cleared of all witnesses, the press operator distracted, and the slave shipment stopped outside in the necropolis. When all 3 of these are completed, Shin will be vulnerable. Killing him in the hall and transporting him to the press was a very good idea. If you manage to do it, I will let you present the Spirit Shard for the Jade Golem to Grand Inquisitor G...
What do... Yes. Master Shin will be inspecting them when they arrive, but there is no sign of them yet. Perhaps they were delayed in the necropolis.
You there! Stand aside, or risk the ire of the Lotus Assassins. These prisoners must be delivered to the fortress to be inspected by Master Shin. I will not allow you to make me late. I don't know your face. You don't even bear our markings. State your intent before I end this encounter, and your life. A mere acolyte will steal my work to gain favor? What are you, one of Gong's little children? I serve Master Shin, and I do not take orders from acolytes. You fail to convince me of anything except your impudence. Defend yourself.
Ice shot. Strike. Hidden fist. Hidden fist. Strike.
Master, are you taking us to the Lotus Assassins? What? Thank you. Thank you so much. I knew someone would stop them. Someone kind and honest.
Let's hope letting them go does no harm to our cause.
Thank you.
Ice shot. Focus. Ice shot. Leaping tigers.
I don't think we should spend our time in... I don't...
Yeah. Certainly.
I don't think we...
Always I never expected... I will give the...
Hello again. Let's see.
You, again. I see that you have found an understanding of the way of the closed fist. I still need a skilled warrior's aid. Mostly, though, I need someone like you, who walks the way of the closed fist. Aid me, and I will see that you are rewarded most generously. No, I will not waste time on pleasantries or mindless questions about this muddy cluster of hovels. I need aid, not friends. I seek the Zither of Discord, an artifact that belonged to Bladed Thesis, the sage who first advanced the way of the closed fist as a philosophy. Not in any sense that would benefit a warrior. That is the only reason why I would even think of trusting you with a task of its retrieval. This Zither is a link to one of history's greatest minds. Find the Zither's case and its silk strings. Bring them to me, and we will silence all who refuse to honor my work. Bladed Thesis was a genius, and I am a strong adherent of his writings. I also believe that there is more to the Zither than meets the eye, if it were only to be reassembled. Yes, as I thought. These are the original strings, and the case seems untouched by age. Perfect. The bridge is missing, as I thought it would be. Since you have proven capable so far, I'd like you to acquire one more part. Bladed Thesis penned his last work in contemplation of the great southern forest. That is why the pieces are all here around Tien's Landing. If we can recover the last part of this zither, the bridge that would lift the strings off the case, then I will double the silver I was going to give you. Good. In his last work, Bladed Thesis wrote of the final test, and it taking place where wood met water and rock. The work talks of a test for followers of his philosophies. I suspect the reward is the final piece to his famous Zither of Discord. From studying the full text, it seems that it would be near a river in the great southern forest. There must be some structure that allowed him to stay there for some time. I expect the test to measure your conviction to the ideals of the Way of the Closed Fist. Bladed Thesis would not let his instrument fall into anyone else's hands. Do you need to know something more? As I said, I believe it's in the great southern forest at the spot where Bladed Thesis penned his last work, a place where wood met water and rock. The work talks of a test for followers of... As I said, it was an instrument that belonged to Bladed Thesis. It is said that he played this instrument before... Played from a seated position, the entire instrument is a soundboard with strings that run across its length. Beneath skilled hands, it offers the sound of heaven itself. The Zither of Discord is as unique as it is ancient, however. It has 5 strings instead of 7, and each is fashioned from unbreakable silk. The basic premise of Bladed Thesis' writings was that one could live life according to a philosophy of strength. If one is too weak to help oneself, one deserves no help. Some mistook him as encouraging immoral acts or evil, but his true argument was that life was a test which could only be passed through struggle. Evil men act without reason. Followers of the Way act with the intention of encouraging others to become stronger. The action may be the same, but the intent differs. Go to the forest and see if you can...
It's about time!
I wish you the best. Remember that...
Tell me something, little warrior. What do you see when you look out here? I am known as Bladed Thesis, and I know what brings you here. You seek the bridge to the Zither of Discord. Tell me what you see out here, and perhaps it shall be yours. my nature. I'd be humbled by your response. You walk the way of the closed fist as well as any I've ever met. I thought to test you, but you need no trial. You are worthy. I grant you the chance to carry out my wishes. The Zither of Discord is more than an instrument. It is a magical artifact of great power, though it takes a lifetime of study to master its secrets. Before my death, I performed my greatest composition, preserving me from madness. But the Zither was dismantled before I learned how to fully harness its strength. I do not want you to repair the Zither personally. The test was a way to ensure that you understood why Scholar Six Heavens has to be the one to repair the Zither. The process will kill him. I will ensure that the Zither's discord consumes him. In that moment, I will seize some of his life force, making myself stronger. He talks the way, but he never learned to walk it, thinking that merely reciting my name would be enough. See how he relies on your strength rather than his own? Take the bridge to him and say nothing. Let him bring his doom upon himself, and I will use the magic of the Zither to strengthen you and I both. I doubt he would believe you. He would find a way to assemble it, with you or without. And when he does, I shall be there to usher in his doom. So you have a choice. Take the bridge and aid me, and I will strengthen you. Try to disperse me as you do those other ghosts, and gain nothing even if you succeed. The way of the closed fist is a way of strength. If you help me, your act will bring forth more discord, more chaos, and that can be turned to your advantage. When fully assembled and properly played, the Zither has incredible powers. You must aid me with a clear conscience, or I cannot aid you. Good. Here is the bridge. Take it to Scholar Six Heavens and teach him the final lesson of the way of the closed fist.
Hold it right there. You didn't honestly think that I was going to let you just walk away with the bridge, did you? I knew you'd find it out here somewhere. You proved remarkably effective at clearing paths, and I was wise to trust your prowess. Now give me the bridge, it is useless to you. What are you talking about? Has acquiring this bridge driven you mad? Whatever, give it here! This will show those stuffy scholars in the Imperial City that I am serious. People will talk for centuries about this discovery. My discovery.
Gullible fool! Six Heavens thought to build his legacy upon mine. Take his silver. Had he truly walked away at the closed fist, he would have seen his coming doom. Own the discord in your soul, living one, and may the way of the closed fist always bring you strength.
You're crazy. Times have never been better. Get on with your...
Yes?